What's up, YouTube? Poor.Mans.Podcast back with another video. Today's video is going to be my HOE phase. All right? I'm not trying to get demonetized this video. I didn't got demonetized on so many videos. Trust me. All right? But this video, I'm trying to keep it monetized, so the HOE phase is the title. All right? Now, if you don't want to hear me talk over the video and give my commentary, constructive criticism, click the link in the description below. That's my warning because I am going to give my commentary. That's why I made a YouTube channel. If I wanted to just play the video, I wouldn't make a YouTube channel. I'll just go to the video. All right. So if you want to see the video without me talking over it, click the link in the description. Now, before I get into the video again, I got to do the YouTube stuff. Next goal is 10,000 subscribers by June. It's a crazy goal, but everybody got to have goals. And I believe you should make your goals big. Shoot for the stars and you'll land on a cloud. So that means if I don't hit 10,000 subscribers, if I hit 8,000, if I hit 9,000, I'm not going to cry about it because I'm a lot closer to my goal than I would have been if I didn't make that my goal. You know what I mean? So you can help me out. Give me the HBO special. That's the Help a Brother Out special. All right? The HBO special, Help a Brother Out. You can help a brother out, make my dreams come true by hitting the like and the subscribe button. All right? I'm going to give y'all some time. Go and hit the like and the subscribe button. All right, appreciate it, y'all. My HOE phase, I'll have a link to the description below. Let's get into it.
Hey guys, welcome to my bedroom. I'm Bella. I hope you're doing amazing. Today is my first full day as a 28-year-old. Yesterday was my birthday. And I think I started this channel right before I turned 26. So I know at the beginning of the year, I set my 2018 sex goals. And after reviewing the episode, I've actually achieved a lot of those goals in one way or another, but I kind of deviated severely from one. And like I said, it's more of a deviation than it has been a complete failure. I'll cut to the chase. These last 10 months, January to October, have been my home months. I've been doing some fuckboy shit and some hoe shit. So for a bit, I felt really guilty about it. And then I started to question, like, why am I doing this? Why am I behaving this way? Why am I going outside of the norm of how I generally behave to this, like, who is this person?
That little voice in your head that tells you that this is wrong, that's called your conscience, okay? When you set when you have morals, when you have a moral compass, when you do things by the way you believe that they're supposed to be done, the things you've embedded in yourself, it's your hardware. When you go against those things, there's a little thing in your mind that tells you this isn't right. Maybe we shouldn't be doing this. Maybe these risks aren't worth the rewards. But Cardi B and a lot of other women in this echo chamber telling you that being a HOE is okay. That gives you the liberty to feel like it's okay. So that little voice now it turns from your consciousness telling you not to do something to no, that's just self-shame. And the only reason you feel like that is because society shames women for having sex. No, your body knows. You know innately that it is, and most women do. Some women can't separate the two, but most women know innately that it's wrong to go out and be promiscuous. That's why they feel the shame, but the shame goes away eventually, just like anything. If you do it too many times, it just begins to go away and become smaller and smaller and smaller. All right? And so you get to the point where you're numb. And that's where she is. That's probably where she was. Or you get to the point where you regret it so much, now you want to go back to the good guys, right? Let's continue.
And when I say hoe phase, I don't mean that I was like accepting money in exchange for sex. Definitely not that. But, you know, like, I've been having a good amount of sex. And quite a few partners. More than I think I've had up until this point. Most, if not all, I've had sex with previously or I've known for a really long period of time. The one instance where it felt like it was going to be a one-night stand, and that would have been my first one-night stand, actually turned out to be more of like a continuing tryst. So why am I sharing this? I already know in my comments there's going to be all kinds of like finger pointers and Bible thumpers, but like, you know what? Fuck it. This is my reality. And I think at a certain point with this channel, I've kind of deviated from what I initially wanted it to be, which was very raw and real and point blank, to trying to be, you know, educational and very heavily spiritual. And while that is very much who I am, I think I need to go back to that middle ground. This is my middle ground. I personally attribute my hoe phase to a couple of different factors. Without dragging this on too long, let's get into those. Just keep in mind that everybody deals with things differently and everybody has a hoe phase or doesn't have a hoe phase for their own individual reasons. These are my reasons. This is what happened. So first, I never had one. Most people have a hoe phase or some semblance of that when they're in college. I had a boyfriend. Honestly, for like the last 9-10 years, I've been in some state of perpetual relationship. And even to my situations that weren't fully monogamous, I operate more on the monogamous level. So, even though there were open relationships, I generally stuck to my one partner. So yeah, I never had one. My second reason is a lot more real and maybe a lot more relatable to other people, but I was mad depressed. 27 was a pretty difficult year for me. I was severely depressed. My relationship ending the month after my birthday was, actually took a lot more of a toll on me than I think I wanted to admit. I wanted to come off as very strong and just move on and keep it pushing. And months later, I realized, fuck, I'm not happy. So, typical coping mechanism for people trying to avoid their depression is, spending time with other people, distracting themselves with other people. And that's kind of what I was doing. And honestly, it wasn't.
It's crazy because that depression coming out of it and wanting attention from other people, an instant gratification thing, that all comes from, that's mostly a women's reaction because they want the attention. Men, generally speaking, at least from my experiences, when you have a breakup, we go hard. We focus on ourselves. We might, because it's just not the same. All right. I'm sorry. Being a woman and a man are two different things. So men might go and have sex with a few women, but he's in the gym. I've never seen a man more focused than a man that just got done with a breakup. I've never seen a man more focused on himself than a man that just got out of a breakup. And I suggest that women do the same thing when they come out of a breakup. Not head to social media and try to get instant gratification by showing a butt picture. All right, because that's not helping your case. In the long run, it's not. It gives you the instant, oh, well, I got dumped by this guy, but I got 300 likes from other guys from this picture. But this is what happens in the microwave phase, all right, of society, where you want instant everything, and instant gratification comes with the instant everything. Focus, after stuff like that happens to you, you should focus on yourself. That should be a time where you self-reflect to move forward, not go through a HOE phase, if you get what I'm saying. Let's continue.
The whole shit that made me realize that I was depressed. It was when that depression started to spill into other aspects of my life, like keeping my room clean, going to the gym. I started getting kind of chunky. My plants were dying, and you guys know I love my plant babies. Not filming the episode, I didn't feel inspired. It really wasn't until all those things started to happen that I was able to, one, focus on those things, and once I got that kind of situated, step back and be like, okay, what's actually the root of the problem here? What's going on?
Boom. She said it there. And this is another reason why I say men are not attracted to promiscuous women, because when you become an HOE, you have HOE tendencies. Okay? HOE tendencies. That includes not being on your stuff, not going to the gym anymore because you're too busy chasing the next Tom, Dick, and Harry. If you get what I'm saying. You're too busy chasing the next Tom, Dick, and Harry. You start to forget, oh, I have a YouTube channel. Let me focus on myself and my YouTube channel. You start to forget, oh, I have a body. Let me focus on myself and my own body. You start getting out of focus. That's what the HOE, those are HOE tendencies. That's another reason why men aren't attracted to hoes. All right? That's another reason why men are just not attracted, because they have those tendencies and they tend to. Not all of them, but they tend to, and they come with hanging out with certain people. All right, who you hang around is who you're going to become. So you start hanging out with all these hoes, you're going to become the next one. That's how it works. All right? Let's continue.
Even though I really, really liked it. So my third reason, I really like sex. We know this. This is a thing. We have a channel called In Bed with Bella. I talk about sex because I really, really, really like sex. I have no shame in admitting that. So you can understand my confusion in myself when I was like shaming myself for having a hoe phase. I know that even though I wasn't always acting from a place of mindfulness, I vetted my partners. I use protection. These aren't like shitty rando people that I'm picking up off the street and then I feel guilty about. These are like people that I genuinely care or like. I enjoyed every single one of those multiple orgasms, and no one's gonna shame me for that, especially not myself. Men get to have sex with multiple partners and get praised for it. They get to have sex with no emotional ties, and it's no problem. Special alert, so do women.
Not true, first of all. And second, we're just different. Okay? Men are different from women, and that's how it's going to be, and that's how it always has been. Okay? So women get into the club for free. And I always say that as an example because it's just the truth. Men can sit around and complain that we don't get into the club for free, but there's a law. If you have women there, men are going to come. That's what these clubs believe, so that's why they do it. All right? So there are just pros and cons to being a woman. There are pros and cons to being a man, but nobody ever talks about the cons of being a man. So when the ship's going down, when the Titanic is sinking, literally, is what I'm saying, when lives are at stake, it's always what? What do you hear? Women and children first. The ship is sinking. Forget that women and children first. I can't swim. I want to live too. Why I gotta die because somebody just happened to be born as a woman? I understand the children part, but why I gotta die because somebody just happened to be born as a woman? All right, those are cons to being a man, but those are never discussed. So stop complaining. We're just not equal. We're not the same. We never will be. Life isn't fair. What can I do? Some people are born with no legs. Think about that. Some people are born with terminal diseases. Some people get cancer at 21. Life is not fair. It never will be. Life is not equal. No two people are equal. Never will be. Let's continue.
So those are my reasons. Where do I stand now? 28, I'm seeing through whole new eyes, right? Yeah, kind of. In all honesty, I get over things really quickly. Like when I was 21, 22, I used to love to go to the clubs. By 23, I was over it. It was the same shit every night, same people doing the same thing, talking about nothing, and it just got boring. After about 10 months of doing the same whole shit, I'm kind of over it. That's kind of where I stand. It's getting kind of boring. I said at the beginning of the year, my 2018 sex goals video, that I wanted a relationship, and that's still true. It's actually probably more true now than it was when I first said it, and I actually probably believe it more now than I did when I first said it. Honestly, over the last 2 months or so, my hoe antics have kind of gone down. They've diminished quite a bit. I always say on my channel that I want it to be a place where we can all discuss openly how we feel. I would ask, however, that, super religious, super judgy people keep their commentary to themselves. There's a whole other channel that talks about purity and all the shit that you guys are interested in. Somewhere else on YouTube, this is not the spot. I'm not here to judge anybody else. Please don't judge me.
I'm sorry to have to say this, people, but when you put your life on social media, which is what social media has pretty much become, if you're not putting your life on it, I don't know what you're doing on there. It's pretty much become memes and displaying that your life is better than others. All right? That's what social media has become. When you put yourself out there and you become public, people are going to judge you regardless of if you want them to or not. Your comment section, lady, is going to be filled with men that are going to say whatever they want. Women, too. When you put this out there, you're going to get whatever the world gives you back, and usually it's not positive feedback. You know what I'm saying? So you just got to be willing to deal with that because that's the reality of anything you do, especially when it regards social media. So you're putting this video on YouTube and saying you don't want people to judge you, and that's how it works. People are going to judge you based off their lens and their own morals. That's how society works, and it's always going to work that way. Let's continue. People, just be careful about what you're putting on social media because people are going to judge it regardless. Let's continue.
I really enjoyed my hoe phase. Like I did. I had great sex with great guys and a girl. I I think the whole thing was I was really shaming myself for it. And I think that was all just a part of the depression cycle, trying to keep myself down, trying to give myself reason to be depressed as opposed to just figuring out what the issue was and actively working towards getting myself out of it. And now that I've gotten myself to a place where I actively feel like I'm getting myself out of it, then I can look back at my whole phase and be like, yo, that was fun. Good shit. Good stuff. Anyways, guys, I want to thank you for joining me. It's been a journey. I'm really excited to see what 28 has in store for me. Like I said, 27 wasn't my favorite year to date, and I was really excited for it, and then I got knocked on my ass and humbled. So 28 hopefully is going to be, actually, I know it is going to be that fucking year, and I'm really excited to explore all of it with you guys. I want to thank you so much for joining me in my bedroom once again. If you have any comments.
Okay, so it looks like that's the end of the video. That's where I'm going to end the video. It looks like it's wrapping up. But my final thoughts are going to be, women, that little voice in your head, it's the voice of reason. Listen to it. Don't listen to the Cardi B's and the City Girls and the Megan Thee Stallions and your friends in this echo chamber that says that this is okay, because the behavior will never be okay. You know inside of yourself that it's not okay. Life is just different for men and women. It will never be the same or equal. That's just how it works. And when in this woman's case in particular, she's 28. She had a little HOE phase for 2 years. Now she plans on going back onto the dating market. That man that you may have wanted before, you're going to have to lower your standard a little bit because you have more wear and tear on your body. You've experimented with more men. Generally speaking, men do not like that. Men like it if that's a person they're going to spend a one-night stand with. They like experienced women then, but no man wants an experienced sexual woman for marriage. Men make fun of each other for these types of things. So you going out there, your husband, your future husband, is going to see this video. Okay? Your future husband's going to see this video. How is he going to feel? That he knows now between 26 and 28, his wife was out there just doing everything, every Tom, Dick, and Harry. He's not going to take it. He's not going to like that. No man will, because that's just how it works. Sorry to have to say it to you. It is what it is. Till next time, y'all.